Hey guys, Paul Ray, Family Friendly Gaming. With me is
TM Gamer,
and we're gonna do a reacts to multiple events.
PC Gaming Show first.
Right, PC Gaming Show 2023 preview. So let's go. Hit the A button.
Oh.
So I can mute sound.
Oh, you can mute it?
Wait, sound. Hold on. That's good. Gaming Show 2023 preview, powered by Intel.
Hello, welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2023 preview. I am Frankie Ward, and while I resemble a 30-something mum from South London, I'm actually a gaming oracle here to reveal your gaming future. You are welcome. Please leave a 5-star
I'll be back, chat, because I gotta go clean
While
up a...
much of the games industry is currently picking Game of the Year winners for 2022, we have got our eyes set firmly forward, bringing you trailers, previews, and exclusive looks at the upcoming games we'll be playing on PC next year in 2023. Then, last but by no means least, we will highlight our eagerly awaited A-listers, closing the show with a countdown of our 6 most wanted games of 2023. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got a full slate of game previews to show first. And what better way to start than with a world premiere? Let's kick things off with a first look at the new Space Colony sim from our Mellow developer, League of Geeks. This is Jumplight Odyssey.
World premiere.
This is all
day dreaming. All day dreaming.
I need to find a shirt with that. I've cleaned up lots of stuff already.
A video game by...
Oh,
League of Geeks.
Is it a bunch of geeks?
Probably.
Since before time, whenever our explorers were lost, they would look to the forever star to find their way home.
Now, Saturn?
A great darkness has found us.
Reminds me of Robotech.
The warmongering Zootopans sought to extinguish our light. In a desperate bid to defend our beloved home,
that reminds me of Star Blazers, Robotech.
We committed everything we had.
Oh. Yeah, run away, because when your spaceship blows up, you're going to
survive. Admiral Voltan couldn't be stopped.
Oh, Kevin's behind.
Hey Kevin, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Aussie, dude. Aussie. Stay warm over there, Kevin. Or if it's warm over there.
The battle.
You missed the ship. You hit the planet.
I knew what I had to do.
Buffalo.
Where our only hope lies.
Ramming speed.
Where's the Star Wars? Oh,
I, Princess Euphora, last remaining regent of our people, will lead us to the Forever Star.
Jumplight Odyssey.
Those of us who survived that day lost everything. But this is
Stop,
not
drop, and
our
roll.
end. We will survive. Because together, we will keep hope alive.
Which one of them is hope? Which one do I have to keep alive?
Hunt them down.
It looks interesting.
No survivors.
Huh.
Jumplight Odyssey will warp onto our PCs.
I'm doing good, Kevin. How about you?
Next, fans of Trenchcoats and Blade Runner should keep an eye on our next game. Shadows of Doubt is a sandbox stealth game where you're a private eye in a fully simulated sci-fi city of beautiful, chunky pixels.
Given.
Let's take a look.
Another world premiere? Oh no. Oh no.
Rain Simulator 2023.
No, you're definitely wrong with that.
Wait. Fully simulated city overflowing with life.
This looks like a horror game. Oh, it's a crime.
Oh, crime. Well, they just said it was the
cases
population
around the
was 986 and it was 985.
Yeah, this is one of those games you play on PC.
Wow, they pixelated that horribly.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Follow leads, unravel secrets. Game over for the grill. You enter a code to go in the bathroom? This one is just hideous. But it's got pistachios in it, so I mean, that's something.
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know.
Sound like someone was shooting. Semi-automatic.
Yeah, in this game, yeah.
Oh, that's horrible combat. What kind of detective will he be? I want to be like Bullock.
Nah.
I'm calling Batman. Oh, population 984, 893.
Shadows of the Dead.
Shadows of Doubt.
Huh, that's funny.
I probably won't play that one.
Well, you don't need to be a detective to see how good that looked. Shadows of Doubt is coming to PC in Q1 2023, and you can play the beta from December 1st.
Don't worry about it for right now.
Be sure to
Deal with
visit
it
the
later.
PC Gaming Show 2023 preview page on
As long as she
Steam
doesn't
and
mess the
sign
chords.
up. Now, one of the strengths of PC gaming is its breadth of variety, with room for everything from cooperative ghost hunting to score-based trombone simulation. And to showcase the expanse of experiences on offer, here's PC Gamer's Imogen Mellon.
Hey, thanks for
new game
lurking
from
there, Lori.
Very different genres, all coming in 2023.
Thank you, Frankie. First in our sample platter is City of Murals. In this colourful roguelite, you'll be gliding and grappling across the vibrant frontiers of an alien world. Make
Okay, she
strange
was
new
quiet,
friends or
and this
fight
was
to
loud.
outlast the competition. Don't sweat the setbacks. In this
Yeah, I
cosmic
definitely
fight
wanna
for
play this
survival,
now, thank you.
your deaths only make you stronger.
Street Fighter.
Speaking
Going to
of
PC?
fighting,
No
Capcom's
way.
famed fighter is back with more beards and new ways to play. In Street
no
Fighter
way.
6, keep your fists flying to
Going
use
to the
new drive gauge mechanics, while in-game commentators narrate the action.
Wow, that took off a chunk!
And a new modern control type means even rookies can throw fireballs with ease.
Ooh, good.
Relive the memories of a god.
In the mind-bending narrative adventure, 1,000 Times Resist, you're a clone in the far future. As you relive the memories of humanity's last survivor,
probably am.
you'll uncover a conspiracy that stretches across time and uncover the truth behind a rewritten history.
Thankfully, over quickly.
In Vengeful Guardian Moonrider, a totalitarian state learns a hard lesson about activating cyborg super ninjas. It's a bad idea. You control the Moonrider, a
Moving on.
First, a beautiful city builder for cliffside castle enthusiasts. The second, a gruesome hack and slash game drenched in neon and unicorn guts. A little something for everyone then.
Okay.
Oh, it's a Europe game.
Doom Spice Wars? No, probably not.
I'll say dungeon building.
I said City Builder.
Oh.
First one's City Builder, next one's like a disgusting, gross one. We'll have
Build your bulwark
to... This looks familiar.
all of stone,
Oh, I just saw it. The Xbox thing, actually.
bound by sea,
No, I think we've seen it in one of the other reactions.
beneath hostile sky. Build your bulwark.
Yeah, Bulwark.
Probably only on Steam.
Peggy 16.
We'll skip that.
I guess it's them.
PC games have been role-playing games, whether they let us become monster hunters, spaceship captains, wasteland wanderers, computer hackers, or amnesiac detectives. And just as they let us lead all sorts of second lives, RPGs can play in all kinds of different ways. Some are about talking and making bold choices, changing the fates of
I like
entire
RPGs.
realms with a dialogue tree. Some are strategic and thinky, demanding intricate stat management and precision.
I consider those strategy.
Others, like this open-world roguelike from Systemic Reaction, are focused mostly on the stabbing. This is Ravenbound.
Ravenbound?
Not rated though. Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna find out.
This land is not for the weak.
It's an ancient place.
Most of us wouldn't last a day,
That's a lot of blood.
but we know you're different. Even the Raven could see that.
Open world roguelite.
So you want me to play as a bird?
That's why it entrusted you to wield its power.
Okay, I've turned it off 6 times. I'll
to
turn it
be
off
its
again.
weapon.
Why is it not
To
just
meet
turning
the
off?
darkness and wield it, so that the cause
Oh
does
no.
not die when you do.
Yeah, this one's not good. Not one bit.
Alright, skipping.
Ravenbound.
Don't want that one.
You can wishlist Ravenbound
Yep.
right
No,
now
thank you.
by heading
Right,
over to our
Ravenbound.
Steam page. Okay, let's trade a Norse fantasy for the grimdark future. In Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, you might not be a space marine-sized slab of power armor, but as the latest in a line of star-faring privateers with the Emperor's own blessing, you do enjoy certain privileges. Your very own massive void ship, for instance.
I have a feeling this is going to be bad too.
Owlcat Games.
Good job. Warhammer.
The Coronis Expanse. The Imperium's perilous frontier. A foul haven for the enemies of mankind. It is the hunting ground of the
That's
rogue
bloody.
traders. Unique and powerful servants of the Imperium.
Looks like an
Here,
SRPG.
they seek out new worlds and servants. Here they discover heresy and deceit.
Yeah,
Ancient
SRPG.
machines. Murderous Xenos.
It might be him, I don't know. It was just PC.
Warp-spawned horrors.
It may never get rated.
Fanatical zealots. In these dark reaches, the Emperor's light is faint. It is the rogue trader's duty to navigate through this dangerous unknown. For they have the power to feed the Emperor's flame, or to plunge millions of worlds into
Let her do a
darkness.
little more and then get it.
Oh, this is like a pre-order. Oh.
Collector's edition.
No
Yeah,
thanks.
they got a physical copy.
I ain't buying none of that. Oh, look, it's on the Epic Game Store. Hat.
Yeah, what? No. I don't know. I didn't do anything. It just it paused itself and then wanted to go to the channel.
It might be heresy in
You
Warhammer,
did something.
but this is a safe space for spellcasters. After all, RPGs are a festival for all things fantastical. Whether they're pulling from old myths or writing magical
makes
worlds all of their own, these next games are a fantasy tour de force. Imogen, what scrying spells have you woven up for us?
Oh, Fantasy World's okay. Rust?
How does Gaslamp Fantasy sound?
Oh, night.
In this survival game from former BioWare developers, building a cozy base
Nightingale.
isn't enough. If you want to
like a
survive
nightmare.
in Nightingale, you'll have to open portals between the Fey realms and face the dangers on the other side. But by meddling with the game's procedural generation, you can shape your next world into something that will hopefully need fewer bullets.
I think we've seen this before.
Your axe pick.
Yeah, let's go.
It was quick. Forspoken.
Forspoken places a young New Yorker in a post-apocalyptic fantasy world. Luckily for Frey Holland, she's got a newfound suite of fast, flashy combat spells. And with magical parkour, she can air dash, double jump, and wall run her way across the corrupted open world of Athia.
Let's break some heads.
It looks like Darkest Dungeon, but it hacks and slashes like Gauntlet. In Aaron, the Book of Heroes, you'll carve a path through co-op campaign quests as one of 5 classes, each with their own fighting style and unlockable perks. Aaron, the Book of Heroes opens in May 2023.
Yeah.
If you'd like a lighter fantasy than Aaron, consider Frozen Flame, a survival RPG that understands you want to be out adventuring, not stuck in your base filling your hunger meter. It's a high magic, high saturation landscape built for exploration, not for busy work.
Early access starts now.
Of course, we haven't gone the way of the dinos yet, but for humanity in the 41st millennium, survival is anything but guaranteed. At least, that's what the Imperial
Pierre's
propaganda
just off
tells me
camera,
anyway.
y'all.
Speaking of, here's your latest look at Warhammer 40,000 Darktide.
What was that?
Vermintide.
I mean, I already...
Darktide.
Pretty sure that one was
Warhammer.
I played Vermintide, I know that stuff.
Darktide releases November 30th, but there's no need to wait if you're anxious for inquisitorial service. With Darktide's pre-order beta access, you can play today.
Yeah, her lipstick's
Visit
redder than her hair.
playdarktide.com for more info. Right, let's set the chained swords aside for something more cheerful, shall we? Waiting in our next block of previews is a farming fantasy with a creature
No, not another
collecting
farming
quests.
fantasy.
But first, here's Imogen with some fresh features for Project Winter.
Yeah.
Project Winter.
This incoming update for Project Winter is all about intrigue. Traitors in the snowy social deduction game will enjoy more ways to steal, sabotage, and surveil, while 2 new roles will bring new ways to play. And you'll find the map decked out with holiday decoration for added festive flair.
Oh, hello.
Over Magica is Stardew Valley with Pokemon farmhands. You'll breed, train, and battle your own collection of blobs. Colourful creatures with unique skills to boost the yield from your fields. With a band of blobs at your side, venture out to find rare materials for crafting your ideal farmstead.
Okay.
Inspired by Kashubian myths, Dungeons of the Amber Griffin is a modern revival of classic.
Alright, they're showing us a lot of games so far.
Yes, they are.
Environment. Well, you'd have something like Level 0, a team-based tactical horror with extremely murderable maintenance workers. Bring a flashlight and let's take a look.
What is with them and these dub horror games? Goodness.
Level 0, is that different or?
No, it's the same one. That's what we were just talking about.
Okay.
Tineville.
Oh, Tineville's gotten, they started good and they've gotten horrible in recent years.
Shake off those scares. We haven't left space just yet and we'll need steady hands if we want to make a safe landing. Luckily, I know a few Kerbals with a very promising astronaut program.
Tineville's falling apart.
In Kerbal Space Program 2, your Kerbal cosmonauts will enjoy new tech to explore the farthest reaches of the solar system and eventually interstellar space. But don't just take my word for it.
Nah.
For all the details on the updated Space Sim, let's go over to the PC Gamer team for an exclusive interview with Nate Simpson, Creative Director on Kerbal Space Program 2.
Yeah, Kerbal Space Program 2. I remember Kerbal Space Program.
Are you kidding me?
It was hard.
That's on, what's his name?
For us, failure is not only an option, it's like absolutely mandatory, right? It's the way that we learn and evolve. One of the things I'm excited about with early access is it kind of makes everything feel a little more Kerbal in the sense that we're gonna get some things wrong. We're gonna make some assumptions that are incorrect. We're gonna fail out loud.
Going into early access, we have the opportunity to make this game amazing with our community, not just for our community. Each update is kind of like a little present. As a community, we get to unwrap this present together with all the new features
It was hard to get
and all the
into
new things
space.
to explore.
I cannot overstate how important it is for me to just hear what people think about this thing we're creating. We've been working in a
And then once I
vacuum.
got in space,
It's a space joke.
I couldn't get back
For
down.
quite a while.
Safely bring it back down.
This is a rare opportunity to
it came back
actually
down.
find out how we've been doing.
Blew up.
It's not in the right place.
It's like,
Hi there, I'm Imogen Mellor from PC Gamer, and I am joined by Kerbal Space Program 2's Nate Simpson. Would you like to introduce yourself, Nate?
Hi, I'm Nate Simpson. I'm the creative director for KSP2.
Turn it back towards
okay,
Earth.
so Kerbal Space Program 2 coming up, early access, all that jazz. When we talked in early 2020, one of the features you highlighted were the new tutorial videos to teach people how to play. Can you talk a little bit about that, and can you talk about
Does anyone want to see
what
this?
we'll be
Did I
seeing
just
in early
skip
access?
it?
One experience that a lot of people had.
They're just showing the
GSP1,
same video, but
even
they're
if they
talking about it. And wow, this is long.
It's like the major thing here, I think.
Huh.
We return from orbit, there are a lot of games coming our way. Too many games to reasonably cover, some might say. Luckily, we've got the magic of montages on our side. Here's a rapid-fire look at what's on the PC gaming horizon, from gun-toting witch hunters to mega-sized monster slayers.
Roller coaster game.
Oh, it's
Stored up.
fire. Probably. Copyright?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a horror. Oh. Lost in space.
That's a big giant boar. Oh, Octopath Traveler too, but I think we might have this on the Switch. Oh, we're gonna get it soon. Mask of the Rose. One looks claw. Sons of the Forest looks interesting.
Not really.
Park Beyond. That looks cool.
Okay. An anime bike game.
Bomb Run Some. Bike Jet Grind. Fan.
Oh, so is that Cyber? Huh?
No, it's called Expanse. Lightyear Frontier.
Seen this one a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big wolf.
That's good.
Revitalised by that first sprint in our preview marathon? Lovely, because we have plenty of trail left to blaze for your next year in PC gaming. But before we resume our blistering pace, let's take a breather with a new addition to your laid-back simulation sandbox.
What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be a potato riding a golf cart?
Yes, Potato Simulator. AC Building Simulator from the creators. The Repair House.
I've always. It's gonna be like another game, just like.
Oh, an Atari. Atari 2600.
You're gonna repair it and fix it.
Yeah, you repair stuff.
No way. You know what? It looks like something cool. Actually.
Restore.
A guitar. Paint it.
And then ship it when the job's finished. I will fix your old junk. Princess, you have food. Why is that what you eat?
While antique restoration sounds delightful, we are taking a sharp turn in a more destructive direction now. The next course in our gaming feast is for the head clickers, combo stringers, and compulsive reloaders. Whether in first or third person, whether side-scrolling or top-down, you show up to do one thing.
Fortnite.
Land more hits than you take. We've gathered the finest shooters, slashers, brawlers, and beat-em-ups of 2023. You'll see low-gravity gunfights, skeleton swordplay, and whatever you call it when someone's fighting with an umbrella. But first, we're looking backwards towards something a little more 90s. Say, hello, Gordon, to Abiotic Factor.
I'm feeling distinctly anhydrous.
The Gate Cascade Research Facility has stretched the fabric of the universe to breaking point. Now, the world's greatest minds must survive a trans-dimensional catastrophe using brains over brawn to unlock the facility's secret depths.
Endothermia.
And craft their way out of a supernatural situation.
I was drinking that crafting.
One sector at a time. When the boundaries between dimensions have been undone, it's up to the science team to endure, experiment, explore, and maybe even escape an apocalypse in the making.
Aren't you glad we're together in this?
You don't want to get in here, did you?
Abiotic Factor is set to emerge from an interdimensional portal sometime in 2023. We're moving now into the shooter segment of our action suite to see where we'll be setting our simulated sites in the new year. Here's Imogen with a host of games that run the gunplay gamut.
Bad news, Frankie. The rich have destroyed Earth and colonized Mars. The good news is that you can, as always, steal their stuff. In Hyenas, you and your pack will fight clone security forces and rival players in zero-gravity shootouts, using environment-altering abilities to plunder priceless pop culture relics.
I said stop playing with the merch and move!
Gunbrella.
Gumbarella is a rust-colored Metroidvania fit for a rainy day. Your Gumbarella isn't just a weapon, it's a bullet shield and traversal tool, letting you deflect enemy shots and slide across zip lines. With your trusty lead-pumping parasol, side-scroll your way through a quest of revenge and corporate exploitation. And you'd get Zero Sievert. Scavenge for loot in a tense post-apocalypse to mod your guns and upgrade your base, if you manage to survive the bandits and mutant wildlife. Up next.
I think I remember that one. Yes, I remember that gun.
Okay, compared to what we just saw, this next game about alien encounters is much less endearing. It's a Death Stranding style apocalypse by way of cosmic horror from NetEase. 30 years after it brought humanity to the edge of extinction, you'll wield a supernatural substance to reclaim an infested Earth in this open-world survival shooter. This is Once Human.
Once Human?
This is the LEA Institute. All controls have failed. Repeat, all controls have failed. Everywhere, requesting evac. Stay away from the LEA Institute.
Oh, I think I remember this one. I think this one's bad.
Yeah, then skip.
Yeah. That one's bad. I remembered it now.
Not you, but I could use a break from the bullets. And we are in luck because it looks
Hey,
like
girl.
Valheim is about to get some Viking
Thank you.
competition. In Asker, you and your friends will oversee a Norse tribe survival in a hostile world. Manage your settle's
Glad
needs
you're
and
happy for your
industries
new
before
toy.
commanding your villagers in sailing expeditions across
Princess, stop.
ever-changing seas.
World premiere. Yes, she's a happy girl.
Remember. Remember the rage of the sea. Remember the light in the darkness. And when the dead winter comes, remember those who never sleep.
Oscar. And Kevin says hi to you.
This might come as a surprise, but there are a lot of games about hitting things with swords.
Oh, now
2023 brings an armory's worth of options for sharpening your swordcraft in haunted graveyards and galaxies far, far away.
Chill.
Imogen?
Chill. Okay.
Lycanvale is a fast-paced...
Puppy, we're trying to watch this thing.
Jedi Survivor.
The first Star Wars Souls-like. Jedi Survivor finds Cal Kestis invading the Empire's hunters as they track him across the galaxy. Expect plenty of lightsaber action, and if we're lucky, more collectible ponchos.
89 days ago, I lost contact with Earth.
We regret to report that the moon is, in fact, haunted. In Moon Mystery, uncover the secret history behind past lunar missions in a universe-spanning investigation. And bring a gun. It's not just low-gravity puzzles out here.
I don't know if I'm going to get it back.
Can I get the moon back?
Hunt the Night asks an important question. What if Link to the Past got bitten by a werewolf and turned into Bloodborne? The answer is a top-down, fast-paced action game where you take beast hunting contracts to face bullet hell boss fights. Uncover an accursed world's dark lore and upgrade your arsenal to suit your hunting style. And that's everything I have for now. But before we go back to Frankie, here's a look at what Call of Duty looks like on an Intel-powered PC.
Interesting.
Well, we're in no Call of Duty game, obviously. Warzone 2.0.
Its last game seemed a little light on loot. You're in for a treat, because in Superfuse, your comic-style carnage will earn Diablo-level piles of loot drops. But the real treasures here are with your superpowers. With each ability's own modular skill tree, you can turn a humble fireball into a splitting, exploding screen clearer.
Can?
What?
Well, yeah. It was actually Twitch.
We just want old-fashioned fisticuffs. And Clash Artifacts of Chaos is a gorgeous and grotesque fever dream of martial arts action. In the punk fantasy world of Reclusive Warrior Pseudo, a sacred dice game could make your next fistfight easier. But losing might mean your mutant moose opponent gets a new teammate. Let's take a look.
Grandpa is dead.
Say the words.
His bones are earth. His flesh is dust. His breath.
His breath is wind.
His breath is wind. Where will I go?
Is there anyone who can take care of you?
My brother. But he doesn't want to see me.
All right now. I'll take you somewhere safe. But that's it. Gemini is expecting you.
I assume you're here about the boy?
We need the boy.
I need the child alive.
Weird and creepy.
If he's dead, he can't help me.
Heal me.
Gemini has the artifact of pain. And she can use it even if she doesn't win the game of dice. Imagine the power she has to threaten anyone with that.
So why is old Gemini so keen on getting her hands on you?
I'm cursed. That's why Grandpa is dead. That's why my brother hates me.
There's been enough Gong Show requests, so.
Weird Fists will fly when Clash Artifacts of Chaos releases on February 9th, 2023. Next on the list is the latest adventure in Amplitude Studios' Endless Universe. Marooned in the aftermath of a sci-fi shipwreck, you'll juggle a squad of castaways in this action roguelike, or split control duties in co-op as you fight room by room for survival. Here's the new trailer for Endless Dungeon.
Oh yeah, Sega makes this.
Sega.
You? Nah. You don't have what it takes.
Dude, hold on. Yeah, the dungeon is a real downer. And getting eaten so often crushes my vibe. But with a squad this rad, we've got what it takes. Zed's the grooviest. Bunker keeps us all safe. And Blaze makes things explode. Yay. We are one... Oh, wait. Guru happy. One happy family. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, ah. Woo! Ha, take that. Oh, that's me. Pew, 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 pew.
I'm surprised this game's
that's a good strategy.
continuing.
Pew. Oh, sorry. Hope that didn't hurt.
Our action block is over. But before we move on, let's see what's in the works at the home of
Any
Half-Life.
3D
Here's an
platformer?
early look at upcoming projects from Valve.
Back to Half-Life?
Oh, hi! Steam Deck has had an exciting year, and we have so much more to come in 2023. We started shipping this powerful handheld PC gaming device back in February of this year, and despite the fact the delivery guy we hired wasn't very fast, sorry Gabe, we not only caught up to reservation holders, we increased production and are now in stock and shipping all over North America and Europe. And we're not done there. We just opened reservations in Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. And with the help of Komodo, expect to start shipping there by the end of this year. We even had a booth at Tokyo Game Show so we could properly introduce ourselves under a giant Steam Deck. Pretty, isn't it? Our favorite part is seeing all the different ways people have been using their Steam Deck. From playing their Steam library on the go, to using it as the powerful PC it is to do pretty much everything else. In fact, here's the dock we launched just last month. It's shipping now and lets you connect to a ton of peripherals. But don't worry, the work we did to support it means you can also use any USB hub or dock you want. In 2023, we're looking to continue shipping more and more Steam Decks and docks, and we're looking toward launching in more regions too. We'll also continue our work to get as many Steam titles verified on deck as possible. Now keep in mind, games don't need that green check mark to run on deck, but we work with developers to verify games as basically a way to communicate with you which ones we know for sure run super well. Over 6,000 titles are already verified or playable, and that list is growing by the day and will continue to well into 2023 and beyond. So essentially, this represents everything we're about, continuing to make PC gaming as powerful and accessible as possible to as many different kinds of gamers as we can, all while continuing to push that technology forward for players and the industry as a whole. So there's a lot more to come. We have so much planned with Steam Deck for 2023 and well into the future. And don't worry, we're going to go ahead and leave the delivery up to the professionals.
Yeah, Steam Deck is something I plan on probably next year.
Before we march on towards next year's strategy game selection, this is a perfect opportunity to pack in a few more previews. Just ahead, Imogen's brought up an unconventional pairing for your appraisal. A miniature Metroidvania and a dreadful dream adventure.
Biogun is what you'd expect from a Metroidvania, assuming your expectations include a vaccine hero made of pig DNA and a medicine gun. Save a sick dog's life by blasting viruses across a microscopic expanse of organs. Explore to unlock abilities and upgrades, and even find some delightful hats along the way. Don't ask how they got there.
Kind of mad on that.
Despite how it might look in Biogun, facing our inner turmoil isn't terribly exciting for most of us. But others, like Little Griffin, are lucky enough to face their inner fears on a magical journey with a living teddy bear. In Daydream Forgotten Sorrow, you'll join Griffin and Burley the bear on a dreamlike puzzle-solving adventure. Speaking of Frankie, what else is on the way for us to daydream over?
Apologies to Griffin, but we can't dally around for any daydreaming. We still have a lot of games in today's lineup, and our time's only getting shorter. I think it's time to stretch the speedrunning muscles, don't you? Grab a fresh set of steaks, keep your kryptonite handy, and strap in. Here's another volley of 2023
Steaks and kryptonite.
You're not gonna.
Vampires and. I do. Vampires and also
Warframe.
Glimmer and Mirror.
I'm a mirror.
Arc. Hey, it's Vin Diesel. Is Vin Diesel on Arc? Fortress. Hollow Knight. Silk Knight. Star Trek Resurgence.
I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere.
Battle Bear Remastered. I hope the Star Trek comes to consoles. Red. Redfall.
If I have to be stuck on an island full of vampires, I'll add us with y'all.
Carlson. Final Fantasy 16. Oh, Suicide Squad. That's what Griffin might have said.
Of the worst. Still, you're good at what you do.
I guess you itch, Princess.
In our next block of previews, think of us as your scouting unit, clearing the fog of war over your strategy gaming future. From the up-close tension of tactics games to the sweeping scope of grand strategy, 2023 is set to be a promising year for city builders and battlefield commanders alike. Turn-based tacticians aren't the only ones with reasons for excitement. With exciting new offerings joining the return of some big names in the RTS genre, we're poised to enter a renaissance in real-time strategy. We'll begin our deployment with a new take on the war to end all wars from Petroglyph Games, the studio behind Command & Conquer Remastered.
Oh, that's right, they're doing remastered.
1914. The world is pulled into a war like none ever seen, and Europe is divided. From the Belgium coast to the borders of Switzerland, two distinct alliances emerge. Now, experience the Great War like never before. Lead the Allied nations to victory or command the Central Powers and relive or redefine the course of history. Acting as field and theater commander, lead your forces with both a tactical and strategic mindset, each turn representative of a month. Troops can be sent across the continent to build forces ready to strike. But whilst making one territory stronger, doing so may leave another vulnerable to attack. Meet objectives, make tough decisions, and face historic events to lead your faction along the right path. Choices between inspiring your nation or building your resources will define you and the war. With 6 different branches to research, you choose how this war is fought. Through advanced engineering, improved trench warfare, and even flight. Total victory at the tactical level brings your faction one step closer to pushing back the Western Front. But in a war of inches, the victory falls in the margins. Even minor success in battle holds great merit in the grand strategy, dampening your opponent's national will and tipping the scales of war. Reach success by chipping away at their will to fight or attempt what history could not. Seize the German headquarters, infiltrate the French capital, step into the shoes of a commander, face one of the most significant wars of our time, and choose to relive history or redefine it.
That's bad time for it. It sounds interesting, but that would take a lot of time.
Relive history when the Great War Western Front releases in 2023. Up next, we'll take a tactical turn as our strategy segment goes turn-based. From superhero squad battlers to extraterrestrial tactics, here's a selection of upcoming squad battlers and a spiritual sequel to Heroes of Might and Magic.
Heroes of Might and Magic, really? Heaps.
Next month's Midnight Suns might be going the deck building route, but Spitfire Interactive is keeping closer to the XCOM model with its superhero tactics game for 2023. You'll recruit a team of heroes to reclaim a city from 20 years of supervillain rule, each bringing their own unique power set and playstyle. With careful positioning, you can blend your super team's powers to create potent new attacks, and as your heroes improve, You'll guide their growth, choosing upgrades to suit your tactics. Start saving up for spandex. Capes releases in 2023. If your life's been empty of XCOM goodness lately, might we suggest Xenonauts 2? Lead an international defense force in detailed tactical combat against an extraterrestrial enemy. Manage and expand your global research and defense network to ensure Earth outlasts an alien invasion. From the makers of Monster Train comes a new turn-based tactics roguelike. In Inkbound, you'll embark on co-op quests through a colourful collection of living stories. Releasing in 2023, Inkbound's evolving world means every day will offer new adventures and new combat options for your next build.
Fight for your story.
If you prefer your heroes with a fancy flavour, don't fret. While we haven't seen Heroes of Might and Magic in a few years, developer Lava Potion is happy to pick up the ball. Emerging from early access in 2023, Songs of Conquest is that classic cocktail of turn-based strategy and tactical combat, all in a gorgeous pixel art package.
Songs of Conquest advances from early access for a full release in 2023. Up next is something of a video game Swiss Army knife. Part city management sim, part action RPG, Cygnus will see you leading every step of your alien outpost's defense, from the small scale to the big picture.
Sounds like a living nightmare. Yes, man.
Welcome to Cygnus Enterprises, contractor. We are the galaxy's leading space exploration megacorporation. You have been tasked to restore our facilities on Mytilus to a productive and profitable state. Now, let's get to work.
Guess you gather resources and repair the building.
Remember, the company is here to support you. Just in case things go wrong.
Got it. Let's go.
But enough about you. Let's talk about me. I'll make sure my staff pays their fair share to use your facilities. Opulence comes at a price after all. Any future visitors that stay at one of these doors will net you some well-deserved credits too.
Time to test out the new upgrades.
If you're hearing this, and we've failed, please finish what we started. This is bigger than any of us could have imagined.
Cygnus Enterprises. Huh. Interesting.
Make sure Cygnus is on your wishlist before it enters early access on December 16th. Don't relinquish command just yet. There's still plenty to see in our celebration of strategy. We're heading back out to the field with Imogen for 2 games with very different kinds of command and a check-in on the eagerly awaited sequel to Men of War.
Relive the memories of a rabbit soldier's rise from disgrace in Untamed Tactics. Smart positioning will make the most of your animal comrades and their abilities, while your parlay deck lets you engage in battlefield diplomacy to change the flow of combat. Unlockable characters, upgrades, and equipment offer options to customize your roster.
The animation though.
Listen up, logistics lovers. In this supply chain strategy game, there are no losses or penalties to get between you and the wild rush of resource management. Fulfill your flowchart fantasy in Master Plan Tycoon, coming in Q1 2023.
Yeah, no thanks.
Men of War.
Men of War 2 marches on. Even despite wartime delays, Ukrainian developer Bestway will release the sequel to its acclaimed World War II RTS in 2023. Direct combined air, armor, and infantry forces across both the Western and Eastern fronts, and use direct control to take full command of any unit on the battlefield.
For like, what, a year now?
Frankie, what's left on the agenda?
The eyes of the world are upon you.
Started like last year around November or something.
If balancing the supply chain in Master Plan Tycoon was a bit too benevolent for your taste, you're in luck. Our next game is very much the opposite. It's a reimagining of a 2009 demonic cult classic, and sure to be a favourite for any aspiring archdemon. Here's a look at Solium Infernum.
Yeah, no.
Skip that one.
Ends its unholy ascension in 2023, so seal your dark pact by adding it to your wish list today. Next, a settlement survival sim in the wreckage of a world ruined by climate change. As your band of survivors grows, you won't just be gathering resources and filling out your tech tree. You'll shape the laws of a new society and decide whether humanity's rebuilt world brings an age of equality or authority. Let's dive into Floodland.
Yeah, that's like all those people like, oh, by 2010, all the icebergs are gonna melt and New York's gonna be underwater. And I remember in the 80s, it was, you know, oh, by 2000 it's gonna, by 2010, by 2020. None of it happened ever.
Well, you see, they're slowly melting. They're taking their short time.
Yeah, but they predicted it and they predicted it wrong. They're wrong, and they just keep moving it out. Like, oh, it'll be 2050 now. When they're wrong, they're never held accountable. The media doesn't go, hey, you said this and this and this and this, and you're wrong all these times. Why should we listen to you?
Well, the Arctic's always cold, so is the place in Russia. Because, I mean, the west side's still cold.
Just saying. I remember when I was a kid, and we're going to have a new ice age, global cooling.
Floodland is available now on PC.
Now they just say climate change.
The last entry in our strategy lineup is a spin-off from a massive free-to-play shooter. In Crossfire's isometric RTS, choose your own unit selection and bring your custom army composition into campaign missions, co-op scenarios, and competitive battles.
Plus they're
Here's the latest from Crossfire Legion.
Fudging the numbers to claim we're going to have all these climate problems. They fake the numbers to say something.
No plan survives the first.
They got caught, and people investigate like, wait,
and we've had
this doesn't add up. Oh, well, yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, we just changed some of the numbers to get the outcome.
With your feedback,
it's not
we are
really
now ready to go
science.
over the top for the launch release.
Ever been completely explored?
We are deploying a plethora of new content.
Still frozen. Still
optimizing and refreshing
they said by now it would have
along
been
with
totally
the
melted.
final act of our gripping
Like,
story campaign.
10 years ago, 20 years ago, it was supposed to have to be done. It didn't happen.
Like, I mean, Antarctica was a straight up forest. Now it's just frozen.
Commander, Crossfire Legion leaves early access 8th of December.
We've reached our final phase, and we're closing out our show today with some heavy hitters. As we charge forth into the new year, these are the games we've pinned our highest hopes onto. Here are our 6 most wanted games for 2023.
Oh, this is what they want. Okay. There are 6 most wanted games.
No, the finals.
At the number 6 slot in our most wanted list is The Finals, the upcoming free-to-play FPS that wowed crowds and critics with its reveal in August. A project from ex-Battlefield devs, it's no surprise that The Finals features some eye-popping environmental destruction, promising a wealth of tactical options for those who can wield the map itself as a weapon. The physics-based playbox doesn't end at dropping a building on your enemies. Tools like glue cannons and expandable foam canisters let you add to the battlefield, even as you tear it apart. With its dynamic environment tech, The Finals is making a big promise.
Yeah, I like that where you can sit there and make your own little platform.
Thanks to the developers of the acclaimed Divinity Original Sin games, we'll be adventuring in the Forgotten Realms once more. After 3 years in early access, Baldur's Gate 3 will release in 2023, adding a new entry to one of the most beloved RPG series ever made. Play the story as a pre-made origin character or combat the Mind Flayer menace as your own handcrafted hero. The rich worlds of Divinity join with the D&D 5e inspired combat, allowing intricate gameplay interactions between your abilities and the environment both in and out of battle.
No, thank you.
Join up to 3 friends and adventure together, or split the party and independently chase your own quest lines. The future of the Forgotten Realms is yours to decide when Baldur's Gate 3 releases next year. Few can sell a beautiful dream like Bethesda. And what dream is better than a sweeping expanse of sci-fi adventure, a Skyrim on a galactic scale explored in your own self-built spaceship? Of course, in making those dreams into reality, the studio is just as renowned for stumbling as it is for succeeding. It's with giddy dread that we ask, what might Bethesda's trademark jankiness look like when it's stretched across 1,000 simulated planets? Make no mistake, we're as eager as anyone to get our hands on Starfield when it arrives in 2023. And if Skyrim is anything to measure by, we'll probably be playing it for a decade afterwards.
Wait 3 times and I'm done.
As we enter the top 3 on our most wanted list, we're dipping into the diabolical with Diablo 4.
Yes. Well, Starfield didn't have any...
Yeah, this is going to be just as
Okay,
Set to make a comeback, it's prime time for Relic's acclaimed World War II series to redeploy for the Mediterranean theatre in Company of Heroes 3. The sequel's Italian campaign will offer a turn-based Total War-style grand strategy between real-time battles with a dynamic campaign map ensuring you won't fight the same war twice. Meanwhile, the North African campaign provides a traditional RTS campaign experience with linear cinematic battles. Using army customization options, craft your ideal fighting force by reinforcing your units with specialists from allied nations. Your battles will take a toll on the terrain as you fight, with dynamic battlefield damage constantly reshaping the map with new cover points. And a tactical pause system will let you queue orders for your units so you can command at your own pace. We don't have long to wait. Company of Heroes 3 makes landfall on February 23rd, 2023.
Homeworld 3.
At the price slot in our most wanted list, a sci-fi classic returns after nearly 20 years in the making. For a new RTS renaissance, we couldn't ask for a better flagship than Homeworld 3. With modern tech, Homeworld spaceship tactics are reimagined in a truly gorgeous fleet battle ballet, bolstered by the tactical opportunities offered in fully 3D battle spaces.
All interceptors with me.
Guns at ready and locking on. Just sweep line them up. I've got tracking yards. Going manual. Sweep right. There it is. Adjust the load rate. Can't get loose. Push your target. Under fire.
The drifting hulks of massive space derelicts provide a wealth of strategic openings for a clever commander to outmaneuver enemy forces. Unleash a surprise attack with a destroyer hidden beneath drifting armor plating, or flank the enemy unseen with a strike craft trench run. Outside standard PvP skirmishes, commanders will find plenty of battles to fight beyond the campaign, thanks to the addition of a new repeatable roguelike co-op mode. Homeworld 3's long-awaited return is set for the first half of 2023. Well, weary travellers, it's time for us to draw the curtain on our crystal orb and turn our eyes back to the present. But don't worry, if any of those 60 or so games caught your fancy, whether one of the relived Half-Lives or the handful of Warhammers, you can wishlist them all over on our Steam page right now. After all, the future's only moments away. I've been Frankie Ward, and you've been watching the PC Gaming Show 2023 preview, and we're thanking you for being here.
Okay.
Take care, and we'll see you next year.
All right, so that was the PC Gaming Show 2023. There's a few things here or there.
Yeah.
Overall, it was okay.
Not bad.
All right, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and we're going to get to our next one.